what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Drakengard 3 reaction. Thracian threw this into the queue. This is The Silence Is Mine, and I had a really good experience with the first Drakengard song I heard, so I only have good expectations of this one, but I don't know what to expect out of it. It's also been about a month and a half, I think, since I last listened to the other song, so if there's any, like, thematic references between the two, if there's any motif sharing, I definitely won't catch it. It's just been too long, but I do want to hear this out. It's about 7 minutes long, so without further ado, let's go! I like that last note's detuned. Kind of music box-like. I like that it's dynamic too. It like goes in and out like a wave. That's really cool. I think it also might be moving. Yeah, it is kind of going in this ear, out this ear. You have my attention. The droning too. Just the atmosphere on the bottom. Ooh. The fry on those vocals. So far, this whole thing sounds like a deep breath.
Where is my gear? Where are my steps? Where is heartbeat? This silence is mine.
It's almost impressive how repetitive it is, but I still feel the movement. It's mostly those strings. Sorry. I was talking. She told me to shut up and I didn't. That's my bad. I love the build of intensity on this too. The stings in there. Really effective use of those strings. This is so neat. Like even the melody. Some of the choices of vocal runs, the notes. nail what about this song feels like it's borrowing from influences all around the world. And I can't like pinpoint a specific one. The vocalist is killing it too, like there's something ambiguous about their singing. It's like culturally androgynous. And the power. While having such a thin tone. And now the movement of everything else around it. Oh man. All of the layers in here. The percussive stuff, everything. Oh, that's cool. Is that an electric violin?
This silence is mine.
That's where you're ending it? Holy shit. That brought me through an entire experience I did not anticipate tonight. Whoa. And I still can't quite pinpoint specifics about it, but I'll try. So I'm going to start with a bit of bold vocal analysis here because there are qualities of this vocalist that make me so confused, but I think that there is a perfectly understandable reason as to why. I think this vocalist had vocal polyps while recording this song. And the reason I say that is because for those who don't know, which is probably most of you, vocal polyps are basically little tiny cysts inside the throat. And those can cause problems while performing. They can cause longevity issues in the voice that can damage the voice. And a lot of the time are also caused by vocal misuse. Like they are a kind of a yin-yang situation of the voice. They can cause problems, but they are caused by problems. Things like not paying attention to how to vocalize properly. So if you're doing like screamo stuff, for example, you can form polyps by basically rubbing your vocal cords so hard up against each other, not in the right way, that will then end up just completely shredding your throat and kind of causing these little tiny polyps on your vocal cords. So the reason that I am convinced that that might be the case here, because there is a certain quality to singers with vocal polyps that is in that vocal rasp. And I noticed especially that one spot that I commented on that I was like, that's a very interesting rasp. And as I kept listening to it, I kept trying to hone in on like what part of the voice was doing that, because it never really happened the same way again. And I think they just liked that take of the song, which is totally valid. It sounds kind of cool, but also is a sign of somebody who has a very big problem and needs to be addressed. So I wouldn't be surprised if this singer has since gotten surgery to handle that, because if they had them while recording this, that's what would have given her that really cool tone in the voice, but also just her general tone. She's got qualities to her voice that make me feel like she is traditionally a rock singer, a metal singer, and probably using some of that to make some of these like vocal scratchiness, like the tone in there, that vocal fry is really what's like standing out vocally to me. And I feel like it's not the normal way that it does, which is why I feel like the vocal polyps are very high up on the possibility list. It's not necessarily an awful thing. I hope they got it taken care of if that is the case, but there's definitely a very notable fry that happens in the throat. It's almost like if you're constantly dealing with strep throat or a head cold and you get that drainage, it's kind of that, but imagine living like that with that stress and that feeling in your throat to the point where it can damage and potentially make you lose your voice entirely permanently. So hopefully if that is the case, they did get that taken care of, but if not, they just have a really unique vocal fry. Like there are other people out there with really unique ways of using their voice. Like for example, Alex Brightman from Beetlejuice the Musical or Has Been Hotel, he played Adam in that. He has a vocal malformation. It's kind of a mutation where basically he's able to utilize his false chords all the time naturally, and it's just something he can kind of tune into and utilize. And a lot of people don't have that and have to train themselves to sing like that, and usually not for prolonged periods. But he has that. He has a ventricular fold mutation. That's not super common, but also why I'm not entirely writing off that this person might have something similar where it's just kind of higher up in the throat rather than further down in the false chord area. This is so cool to me just vocally. I know I've been yapping about this for a bit, but that is a very high possibility that there was a problem in there. And again, hopefully they got it taken care of, but there is just a specific sound, and this is so much like people I've heard with the polyp situation in their throat that this is kind of what happens. This is the sound that happens. And another hint to that whole vocal polyp thing was actually the way that she was singing and her volume too. Like, it felt like she was kind of pinching off at the top and like trying to control it higher up there. And like, it felt like if she were to like truly open up and like let her voice completely soar and support from her diaphragm and push out, it would feel like it would just go everywhere, or if it would break, you know? So that's another sign of vocal polyps kind of like ruling your throat while they're in there. They can really affect how your confidence is in things. And while she definitely has power here, I feel like a lot of that stuff higher up probably could have had a lot more width and body to it, but she was like controlling it and like compressing her own voice down, which is a vocal technique, great, but also because it sounded almost like it hurt in a way. Like I know that this is saying a lot about the voice, but man, I am very concerned legitimately that she figured something out and got it taken care of, because the more I think about it, it's probably not a mutation of her throat. It probably is vocal polyps. So I really hope that that's something that she got taken care of, because I'm legitimately concerned about that. But also my concern will stand until I know otherwise. So if anybody does know what happened there with the vocalist, please clarify down below. This song, otherwise, just getting away from the vocal thing because I've been on that for a while, beautiful. Beautiful. Like I talked about kind of during the reaction, I was impressed that this song moved so much for not moving at all. There was like very little movement, especially in the first half of this song. It was just that one like music box pattern just going back and forth constantly. And the rest of it was just drones of the strings, and then it built up. It added so much more later, all that explosion into this gigantic sound by the end. And I loved everything about it. They scaled this so perfectly from what could have just been this tiny little theme to holy shit, this song means something. And the whole silence vocalizing in the middle and like utilizing that as kind of like the story beats in the song, really nice there. Ending it with just silence, like literally super cool approach, and just that adding more presence to the song and really driving home the meaning and like the point of this. The silence is mine, you're damn right it is. Like the scale is just so impressive on this one. I was entranced for more than half of that, just trying to think of things to say but not wanting to talk over it, because the scale was so impressive to me, and the way that they were writing it was so smooth, and it meant something. It was telling you something. It was writing a book in your mind. It was creating a scene in your head, and you were just entranced by it. At very least I was. So what a brilliant song. But I do think that's about all I gotta say on this one. I know a lot of it was just me talking about the vocalist, but I think that was also the biggest send of this song for me. The rest of the song was great. I loved how it was structured, but the vocalist is really what made the performance for me in this one. Even those spots where it was just her saying silence, and like that was so impressive to me. Just having those moments of silence being accented by the word, it just really tied the whole song together in a nice bow for me. So I had to talk the most about that, and I really do hope that whatever's going on there, she got it taken care of. I know I've said it like 5 or 6 times in this video probably, but I am legitimately actually so concerned. It's rare I pick up on stuff like that, but it is bugging me that I'm noticing all of these red flags vocally, and I hope that whatever was going on was taken care of. But that's all I'm going to say on this one, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you have something else you want me to get to, drop it in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to it. Or if much like Thracian did, you want to guarantee that I listen to something, you can go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships. There's a tier that will force me to listen to whatever you got. I don't care how good it is, how bad it is, how fantastic, how crap, I'll listen to it. That's the point of a guaranteed request. And otherwise, if you just like this video and you want to follow me and support me for more stuff in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!